What is up, my veggies? My name is BTR, and welcome back to another movie review. And I literally just got home from seeing Terrifier 3. Before we get into anything, let us read the synopsis for the film, shall we? After surviving Art the Clown's Halloween massacre, Sienna and her brother are struggling to rebuild their shattered lives. As the holiday season approaches, they try to embrace the Christmas spirit and leave the horrors of the past behind. But just when they think they're safe, Art the Clown returns, determined to turn their holiday cheer into a nightmare. The festive season quickly unravels as Art unleashes his twisted brand of terror, proving that no holiday is safe. Okay, so going into this movie, I do not really know what to think about it. I didn't know what to really think about it. I enjoyed the last movie quite a bit. Like the fact that it actually added a whole bunch of lore and story stuff, and it was very interesting last time. This movie though, I was not sure. I'm not sure what really to think about it, because it's interesting to say. Start off, is it David Howard Thornton? Is that the guy that plays Art? Yeah, does a bang up job as Art, like always. Like it's one of those movies where it's just like he got this character down pat. He does it really well. The physical acting and everything of it is great. I'm gonna go ahead and say this: if the gore and stuff even slightly bothered you in the second movie, this movie turns it up to an 11. Like, they are not afraid to do things in this movie. Like, it is gory, it is shocking. Like, and gore does not normally bother me, but there are a few times in this movie where I actually flinched and winced. And that being said, there was like quite a few times that happened while watching this movie, and it was I'm gonna tell you, it was hard to watch at points. The story itself feels a little like all over the place and raises more questions. Tries to answer a little bit from the last film, but I wound up walking out with the movie more questions than answers. And the movie overall, it's a crazy fun horror movie. But it also knows how to take itself seriously with the serious moments, but there's some genuinely uncomfortable scenes in this movie. And one thing I actually surprisingly like about this, that they kind of like have some commentary in here about people who get obsessed with true crime dramas and podcasts and all that kind of stuff. There's some commentary there, which I think is actually done very well. I don't really care for like commentary in movies, because a lot of the time they come across as preachy or just like bad. But overall, this movie in general was very well done with that concept of actually commenting on that and actually doing a really good job. And I think this is probably one of the best representations of survivor's guilt and trauma I've seen in a horror movie. It's much better than they do in my main comparison that comes to mind for me is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. But this movie does it so well. Now I won't lie, like there's a bunch of like random kill sequences, but I think a lot of them work, and actually a lot of them do serve a purpose. There's this one scene in a bar which is really, there's some funny moments there and everything, and like I said, they definitely throw some comedy in this movie and everything. Um, and also you don't get that many Christmas horror movies that much. I haven't seen I know there was like A Wonderful Knife, like what was that, last year? Uh, um, but like, um, but a lot of it is just well done, I think, and is very interesting. When the movie got to the end, this is not, I'm not gonna spoil how it ends, but it's clearly setting up for another entry, which I'm very curious how that's gonna go. If you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. Like, I do not know where the movie franchise can go from this point, or like what the story is gonna be from this point. But overall, like, the movie it gives you basically what you expect from a Terrifier movie and amps it up. I think there's actually a song that's playing in the movie. I remember hearing it, how Art's trying to figure out how it says in the movie, like, how to outdo himself or something like that. I was like, oh yeah, they're definitely upped everything in this movie. Personally, I think the second one is still the better film. I think the second one is still better than this one. Personally, like, there are some moments in this movie where it's just like really well written. And actually, okay, this is not really a criticism. It's more just a personal thing. So this movie looks a lot more professionally shot compared to the last movie. And I don't, part of me, and I only noticed it in a few scenes. Most of it looks the same, but like, I don't know, something about it I didn't like as much. I liked the more low budget kind of look to the way that the movie was filmed in the last movie, but also it wasn't bad. It's just more of a preference, I guess I would say. But that being said, the cinematography is definitely done a lot better in this movie. Like, it's definitely like it feels like a major motion picture. Well, yeah, it already is. And like, I remember when the Terrifier 2, it was like a limited, like a few days release in theaters. The first one didn't have a theatrical release. This one had I think this one just had a normal theatrical release, like typical movies have, which is insane to think about. And at this point, Art the Clown has become one of the is a horror icon at this point. He's up there with Jason, Freddy, Michael, Chucky, Pennywise, Sam Trick or Treat, Ghostface. He's up there with those. I'd say at this point he is. Like, he's becoming because back then he was a little more niche. Not a lot of people knew about him, but now he's like everywhere. If you walk into a Spirit Halloween this year, there's Terrifier stuff everywhere. But the thing is, this horror movie is really well done, and I want to talk spoilers, but I don't think I'm gonna do that in this video. I want to let people get a chance to see it. I'll probably, if I can get, if more people of my friends go see this movie, I want to do a live stream talking about the movie, because it's one of those movies I want to talk about a lot more in detail. But I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't seen it yet, or people that are just watching this video to like get that, just to like see my thoughts on it. And overall, I liked it. Critics on Rotten Tomatoes give it a 77. Audiences give it a 92, which I can agree with some of that. I don't think it's as high but I will gladly, with how well this movie is done, I will gladly give it a 3.5 out of 5 is where I will put it. Like I said, if I had to throw any criticisms out there, like I said, like, one of them wasn't even a criticism, but like, honestly, I think of the way like some of the like the story and like them answering questions, it just provides more questions. And also, like, there's a whole bunch of new lore that's brought up, which feels kind of out of left field, but also like feels like it needs more explaining. It left me with more questions than I had, because like I said, like there was a lot more questions in this movie for me. But overall, I did enjoy this movie, and I think it's a good horror movie. If you like the first two, I'm pretty sure you're gonna like this one. There's not really. It's just the story's a little more. And there's some choices. There is one choice in the movie they made that I was like, why? I hate that decision. Why did you do that? But hopefully this movie is definitely is received well. I heard pretty positive things before this, so and I liked the movie. It's not bad in the slightest, in my opinion. It's got some problems, but I think overall it is a solid entry in this franchise and everything. And this is one of the franchises that are rare, just in the horror genre, where the first one is the worst. I would say this. Like I said, this movie's not afraid to do things to up the ante, I guess. Yeah, I'll talk about that more in like a future live stream or something, but that's all I gotta say about this movie. Thank you guys so much for watching this live stream, this video. Sorry it got uploaded late, later than I usually upload Creepy Frights videos, but obviously, like I said, I was not home. I was literally out seeing the movie, so that's why there's also no live stream today. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!